So here we are with Sarjenka. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're quite welcome.
Cat Chat. You're one of our wonderful registered vet techs.
Yes,
here
I am.
at Quick Fix. And I called you in, gave you 5 minutes notice, didn't I?
Gotta love that.
I know. I'm always like,
You can do a lot in 5 minutes.
You can do a lot in 5 minutes. So we're going to talk a little bit today about 3 cats that we have here at Kitten Crazy that all were sort of victims of the cold weather. We had this cold snap here, and if this show ever makes it anywhere other than Medina, what we want to say is we had a polar
vortex.
Two.
And another one starting tomorrow.
Yes. And so, Allison, do you remember what the temperature got down to?
I believe they were saying with the wind chill it was in the negative 20s at one point.
At one point,
it was
negative
brutal.
20.
It was brutal.
Right. So, Sarjenka, as a registered vet tech, you had to go through training.
Yes.
And it was 2 years worth of classes and training, and then you come out with a certification. So you folks are very well versed in a lot of things. And then, of course, as you are working, you are gaining more and more and more knowledge. So just so the folks out there know that you're a trained medical person in the veterinary field.
Yes.
So what we're going to talk about today is and Cindy, can we please have chili? We'll have chili first. Chili being Chilly.
Is there a pun intended with that name?
His name is Chili.
Poor Chili.
And he's coming, and he's a little guy, but when he got here, he almost didn't have eyes. They were so swollen shut, and they were gooping, and what do we call that?
Upper respiratory infection.
Right.
Now,
and so,
was he just a stray somebody found and brought in?
No, this poor little guy, if you want to hold him, or whoever wants to hold him, Chili was extremely sick, very, very ill, and he's been here for about a month, and he was stuck to the road.
Oh, you're kidding.
He was stuck to the pavement. This happens all the time with when the temperatures get a certain temp, Chili, this is why you call him Chili, they will literally, as they're walking on the pavement, they stick to it. Then they lay down and they literally, just the moisture and everything, they will stick to it.
Oh.
He was in the street, somebody stopped, picked him up, and brought him directly here.
Oh my gosh.
And of course we said, bring him on. So do you know about the temperatures and things and what it does to these cats? At what temperature would we say, don't put your cats outside for any length of time?
Well, the recent polar vortex would definitely qualify.
Yeah.
Some cats are more resistant to the cold than others. It depends on the breed and the length of their hair.
Oh.
But when it's 0 degrees, you do not want your cat going outside.
Right. Now, some cats live outside, and they live outside quite fine. Some of the barn cats do.
Because they've had time to adjust naturally with the temperatures? Is that the thought with that?
Yes and no. I mean, some of these guys are outdoor cats and still succumb to the weather. When people have barn cats, these guys know to go in between the bales of hay.
Right.
As long as it's not, they're not exposed to the elements. That's the thing that I know as a layperson. I'm not a trained medical person at all, but I know that from my experience growing up, my barn cats were fine. They need out of the elements. They need somewhere warm. A blanket is not your best way to warm up a cat. Hay or straw is, because blankets can absorb the moisture and stay wet. So that doesn't help very much unless you're going to heat it. If you have a heater, an element in there. But what I want to talk about is the medical ramifications of having these guys out and exposed. So with Chili, he is doing great right now. His eyes, we didn't even know if we were going to save his eyes. They were so bad. Talk to us, Sarjenka, about his ears and the frostbite on his ears.
Well, you can see if you look at his ears that the one on the right is a little bit folded over. That was where it was damaged ever slightly by frostbite. He was lucky that he was not out there longer than he was, because it could have been much worse for him. Some of the hair has fallen out of his ears, but the hair will grow back. I think he was quite lucky. There are some cats that we've seen here recently whose ears have been totally destroyed by frostbite.
We're going to get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took us a month to get this cat better. He was so sick. What I like about him though is on his back.
Yes.
Just he's got some silver hairs in
Now-
like a wrap around his shoulders on his back.
This is a
Beautiful.
Total novice, silly question, but I'm looking at this thinking, oh my god, this cat's been through so much and so stressed out that he sprouted gray hairs. That's not right, right?
Well, it's your ism day today. So.
This poor cat.
Oh, but
So
you know,
stressed.
all the other cats are all freaking out, and this guy's just grateful.
Oh, I'm
Just
telling you, look, he
grateful.
is just like a puddle in my lap right now.
He is.